And amid the growing pushback to the large increases announced for politicians, a protest has been planned for Emancipation Park tomorrow by people who intend to continue voicing their disagreement with the increases. Now, in the meantime, the private sector organization of Jamaica, PSOJ, has also joined calls for the implementation of measures which will allow citizens to assess the performance of politicians. Anthony Lugg has that angle.
48 hours after Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clarke announced the hefty pay increase, and many Jamaicans are still trying to come to terms with the development. On Thursday, the private sector organization of Jamaica added its voice to the conversation.
It's a tricky subject, and we have to handle it gently. What impact is it going to have on inflation is a question that certainly I would like to hear.
PSOJ President Meech Visiaga, though guarded about the level of increase, argued that steps must be taken to hold those elected to serve the people accountable. The PSOJ is calling for the implementation of key performance indicators, KPIs, and job descriptions for all parliamentarians.
If they're going to be paid well, then they must be accountable for what they are to do and what they are doing. So whatever the systems are, and I can't sit here and tell you what they are, but key performance indicators should be set for ministers of government, and for the Prime Minister, and for the Minister of Finance, and for everyone that's getting these salary increases. It is important for us to be able to monitor them and see how they're doing, so that we can have an objective way of grading them, so that it is not wholly subjective.
The PSOJ president did not stop there. The organization is also pressing for the quick passage of the Constitution Impeachment Amendment Act.
It's one of the ways that we can get rid of persons that are not doing their job. And if we have the KPIs and we don't have any way to get rid of somebody, then it's pointless. So let's put the KPIs in, and let's put the mechanisms to be able to change people who are simply not doing their job.
Until then, Jamaicans will only be able to remove their representative when they go to the polls every 5 years. The level of increase was determined by a decades-old policy. For Mr. Siaga,
it is important that we never do this again in our history. Those that don't learn from their mistakes are doomed to repeat them. We need to make sure that we don't have another period in our history, that we don't give the salary increases for decades and then one time try to put it in place. So that's why we have said maybe the government needs to look at the possibility of phasing these increases in over a period of time, so that the impact is not as dramatic as it seems like it's going to be.
Anthony Lugg, TVJ News.